In the recent past, right here in the San Diego real estate market, going back to 2021, 2022, parts of 2023, it was a very heavy seller's market. And sellers had the upper hand because the amount of buyers out there was a lot more than it is right now. And on a lot of properties, sellers were getting multiple offers, anywhere between 5, 10, 15 offers and above. But right now, times have changed a little bit. In this video, we're going to share with you something that we recently saw in the San Diego real estate market and how it could affect you as a potential seller, or if you are as a buyer as well. It's good to know what's going on in the San Diego real estate market. I'm Chris Erickson, and we have a real estate crew right here in San Diego. So if you're 1 day, 1 month, 1 year out, whatever it might be, all of our contact info is right below. Feel free to reach out when you are ready. Start that conversation, get you dialed in, hop on a Zoom call, and really chat about your goals, wants, needs, all that kind of stuff. We got your back when making the move here in San Diego. So what's the potential change in seller strategy that we see right now and potentially going forward? It's something called the seller multiple counteroffer. And this is basically, let's just say 5 offers came in. The seller wants to send back a counteroffer to all 5 of these offers. Now you have some competition. You have offer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a lot of times what we would see in these multiple counter offers is highest and best, meaning highest price and best terms. So this would put these 5 offers against each other. And this is the time that we're seeing prices go for well above list price. Sometimes we are seeing waived contingencies, meaning maybe they were waiving their appraisal contingency. Maybe they were waiving their inspection contingency. Never advised, but we did see it happen over these past few years. The other option is with those 5 offers, the seller just accepts one of the offers. Maybe they just like the terms and price of this. They want to take that because when they send back a multiple counteroffer, it's a rejection of the initial offer. So basically they're rejecting all 5 offers. They're saying send back your highest and best terms. And in the past, when you had plenty of buyers out there, it was definitely a strategy that we saw utilized a lot of times because it would drive up the price. It would get the seller the best terms. And it was dependent on seller to seller, what strategy they wanted to go to. Now, as we jump into right now, here's what we saw over the past few weeks. We were working with some buyers, saw a property that came on the market. They got to see it at the open house. We went back during early in the week, got to see it and check it out. Even that, the timeline of getting to see the property has changed a little bit, where before it was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, open house, go see it, everybody in there, offers due by either Sunday night or Monday morning or whatever it might be. And things were moving a lot quickly. Now, yes, it still went pending pretty quickly after that, but the timeline was extended a little bit. So anyways, they got to see it a few times. They decided to write an offer, really solid on price, really solid on terms. It was a good offer, and it included a lot of stuff that the seller was asking for. Now, it turns out they actually got one other offer as well. And so on the other offer, we were chatting with the agent as well, trying to figure out where they were, see if our clients needed to make any moves or anything. Turns out it was a really good offer as well, really good price, really good terms, a lot of stuff the seller was looking for. So the seller had the 2 offers in and decided to send a multiple counter offer back to both parties. And so was this the right strategy for the seller? In your own situation would be different. So we'd be having these conversations and figuring out which strategy works best for you. But when you do send out that seller multiple counter offer, countering multiple parties at the same time, and the buyers can say, that was my best, I don't want to go forward, and basically move on to the next property, which is what we saw as well at a recent listing we had, where we got 4 offers, decided to counter 3 of them, and only 1 of them came back with the counter offer. So the strategy does have its place, but it's not like we've seen in years past, where there were so many buyers where you could do this strategy without really worrying about no offers coming back. In this case, both offers did come back. Our clients went up a little bit, the other people went up a little bit, and they got chosen. Turns out within that first week or so, the other buyers decided they didn't want to move forward. So the listing agent reached out to our clients, and it turns out our clients didn't want to move forward at that point anyways. They had felt that they had put their best foot forward in that initial offer, kind of felt maybe the seller was getting a little greedy. And so from those initial 2 offers, while they did get into escrow on one, that one fell out and the other buyers decided not to move forward as well. And as a seller, obviously you want top dollar for your home. So it's important to go over all these options and figure out, is seller multiple counter the best option? Is it best just to accept offer A or offer B and move forward with that? Because as the buyer pool has diminished a little bit, buyers aren't necessarily in the driver's sellers see, because it is still a seller's market, because we do still have somewhat limited inventory, but we're definitely not in that market that we saw a few years back. And going into the latter half of the year, is buyer demand going to pick up? Obviously, it's going to be interest rate dependent, but currently there's a few things we could keep an eye on to see where buyer demand is. And one of those things is the number of pending homes. So these are homes that are in escrow, that are under contract. And typically in a normal year, we see it peak out anywhere between May and August, somewhere in the middle there where we see the most homes pending. So June 2021, July 2020, this had a little double bump in April and August, but currently we are down a little bit from May. Now, pending homes are important because it's going to show us the closed homes in 30 to 60 days. And if pending homes are dropping, the number of homes in contract are dropping, it means there's less buyers out there. Now, definitely there's a limited amount of homes on the market right now. And basically for sellers, this just means as we go to the latter part of the year, you typically see less demand out there as we go into especially the later months, October, November, December. So just keep that in mind as you're figuring out pricing strategies and such for your home as we move towards the end of the year. One other thing to keep an eye on is the days on market. Back in April, it was 20 days. We went up to 21, and now we're just still at 21 for June. So I'm surprised this hasn't jumped up a little bit. This is the average days on market. Your area could be 3 days, or it could be 60 days, depending on the condition, location, all that kind of stuff. So it's really dependent. But usually we'll see this rise as we go into the next few months. Another number is the month's supply of inventory. It gives us a good ratio of supply versus demand. The higher this number is, the less demand there is out there, or the more supply is out there. In this case, since there's not a ton more supply, it's usually going to be down to the demand number. Now we're at the highest point we have been in the past few years. But if you look back to like a normalized year back here in 2019, you can see we're about 3.5 or so months supply. So we still have some work to do, but you can see this number trending up a little bit. Another number that has dropped is the percent of original list price. Did they sell the home for what they were asking for it, a little bit above or a little bit below? Now we've had some wild fluctuations over these past few years, but even earlier this year, we were selling for above 100% of the ask price. We were not necessarily near these prices where it was crazy demand. We're sitting almost 107%. This is the times that I was saying where we did see a lot of multiple counter offers driving that price up quite significantly. But we're seeing it dip down a little bit, meaning there's a little bit less demand out there. Still sitting just close to that 100%, 99.4% of list price, but you can see it softening a little bit. But with all that said, you can see the trend of median home prices is still going up, as it has continued from December and January of this year. We're continuing to see, this is all houses, condos, etc. So it's not just single family or townhomes. So it's everything included, but it is still continuing to rise. So as you're looking to sell your home, there's a few strategies beyond just pricing strategy. How are you going to deal with offers coming in? If you are getting multiple offers, are you doing seller multiple counter offers? Are you just accepting an offer right off the bat? It's really dependent on your specific situation. How is the market during that time in your neighborhood, in your area? Because as always, you guys have seen other videos. And if you want to see other videos, drop us a comment on any certain areas, market updates, whatever it might be, drop us a comment down below. But you guys know every market is going to be a little bit different. So it's really important to start that conversation whenever you're ready. All of our contact info is right below. We got your back when making the move here in San Diego.